Hi, Kathy here with You Compose. So in today's video, we're going to move on with some different chords besides the 1, 4, 5 chords, which I had mentioned in the previous video. We were going to continue learning more chords to write music with. It makes writing music so much more fun and so much more interesting as you learn how the chords fit together. So on this board, you can see that in the blue, I just wrote out the full C scale. And then to make each one into a chord, I just built third intervals on top. So we're very familiar with your 1 chord or your C chord, and you go up 4. We're very familiar with your 4 chord or F chord. And again with your G chord or your 5 chord. These were the primary chords that I've covered completely in the other playlist series of the 3-minute piano lessons. In every key we learned, okay? So, and in order to establish a song well, you need those chords in your song. But today, let's learn about the 2 chord and let's learn about the 4 chord. We already know about the 4 chord, but you can see how these notes have, the chords have notes in common. Both of them have an F and both of them have an A, so you can see how they might fit together. And I'll talk more about that, but for right now, let's distinguish what makes a major third and a minor third. So let's take between C and E happens to be a major third, and between D and F happens to be a minor third. By the way, we have a 2 down here. That means a minor 2 chord, and this is a minor 3 chord, and then a minor 6 and a minor 7. So let's decide how do we determine that those are minor chords. You have to look at that bottom third interval. So let's take a comparison between the C chord. Between C and E, now when we count half steps, we have to count every key. So let's start with C. 1, 2, 3, 4. See how I did that? I did not leave out any black key. So now we know there's 4 steps, 4 half steps in a major third interval. Let's count the third interval between D and F, which is the bottom third of the minor D chord, or minor 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. So there we go. We know that we only have 3 half steps in the minor chords, 3 half steps on the bottom. So that is really what determines the major chord and the minor chord. By the way, the major part then is on the top, and it's a reverse in major chords. The minor third would be on the top of the chord. So it's just interesting how they're all put together. So I said I want to talk about the 2 and the 4. Remember, here's your 2 chord because it starts on D, going up in third intervals. There's your 2 chord or your 2nd chord. If you go up to the 4 chord, you have the F and the A and the C. So we can see that we have F and A together. Now there's another thing I really like when using the 2 chord. I like to put a 7th on top, just like we do like the 5-7 chord. You put the 7th on the top, and it gives it a very nice full romantic sound. So let's play it. Here's your D, F, A, and C on top. There's that minor 2nd. Yeah, or I mean, there's the 7th. So there's your 2-7 chord. And so let's put this into some music. Now I sketched this out because I was having a little trouble doing it just off the top of my head. I love to write the music, and I am a romantic at heart, and that's why I like 5-7 and 2-7, and we haven't talked about the 7th chord yet, but all of those are full sounds and they're romantic. They're more of the romantic style. That's just what I prefer. Not everybody is like that. Now when I created this little tune here, you can see that, can you tell me what chord we have? We have C, E, G. What chord makes up C, E, G? See, I broke it up. The E is up there, but that's your 1 chord on C. And again, to establish your key, it's always good to start with the 1 chord the key that you're in. So there's our 1 chord on C. And then I moved to the 4 chord. I talked previously about 4 and 2 chords having some notes that blend together there. They're the very same actually. So I put F, I just spelled it out here in a broken way. So there's your F, A, C. You know, if you block that, that's your 4 chord. Blocked and broken. Just the way you can put it differently on in your writing. Now here I have D, F, A, C. So I really spelled out the 2/7 chord there, right? D is the root of the 2 chord. We're learning that new chord, and I put the 7th on top. That's the distance between the D and the C. That's why we call it a 7th. So, and even up here, I put that C up here, and I put the A, F. I just put everything together here, and I put C and D together here, and that I liked that sound. So I'll see if you like it. I'm going to play it for you in a minute. Then I put the F here and D here, so that would be like a 3rd interval still in D chord. D chord, right? We're still in the 2 chord. And then I just resolved it by going back to a 1 chord. I mean, this isn't like a real song. These are just ideas for you to put into your own writing. And remember that when you transition between 1 chord and another chord, it's normally better, unless you have a certain style going, where you're not jumping around from one position to another. You're using chords that will step down or skip down into another chord that makes it better transition. Or you can use inversions of the chord as well. This one I completely spelled out as a 2/7, broken, and then it's the same thing coming down. So they will come together. So I think you're going to like that sound. So let me play it for you, and let's see what we've come up with. Oh, I played a C because I was thinking, I really didn't like that sound, because if you have a C down here and a C on top, then you have an octave. Octaves are okay. It's better if you use octave in a consistent manner if you're going to do octaves, but there was no harmony there, and I was missing it. Well, I played it wrong, so let's play it again, and let's see if I like it better. I think I will. 1, 2, 1, 2. I do like it better. So that was a fun thing to do, to put the 2 chord and the 4 chord together. Let's look back at this original board, and let's see if there's some other chords that you could put together in your own song when you are playing, whether you're playing with the Notion app, or you have a keyboard at your house, or you've downloaded some of my manuscript paper that's available with every one of these You Compose videos. So there's ways for you to be practicing. And like I said, it's a great way to learn your notes, and it's more interesting because you're creating your own music. So we talked about the 2 and the 4. Let's find us a couple other chords that we don't usually use. Well, let's just put it this way. It's different than our primary chords, 1, 4, 5, which we've been working on consistently. So up here, actually, you know what? In your 2 and your 4, your 6th chord also has the A. Or actually, that's F-A, that the D chord has, the 4 chord has that A, and the 6th chord, the root, is an A. So that's something else to be aware of when you're creating your own music. You could put a 6 possibly together with the minor 2. You've already got a minor sound going, and the 6 as well. Also, if you look at your 7th, I love to add the 7th on top of a 7th. Oops, that wouldn't be correct. You'd need an A. So that 7th sounds like this. I'll bring it down here so you can see it better. It's a beautiful full chord, and it's very romantic. And you can see how that even fits together with a 2 chord. A lot of the same notes. So you can be watching for that and listening for it in my songs, because I do love to use those full romantic chords. I love to add the 7ths to them as well. So continue to practice writing your music and learning to read the notes as you put them together, and have fun learning. Be sure